Peace, welcome. Welcome. Jump on in here. Let's get this knowledge so we can get this power to get on with our days. Peace, welcome everybody. Okay, so we're gonna talk about twin flames and let the union, bring you in naturally. Okay. See, people have a problem with being patient. Um, being patient is the key because you have to wait out people's masks. Okay. People wear false masks all the time. When you first meet them, you know what I'm saying? It's like people get stuck in the love bombing phase. See, anybody and everybody can love bomb you, you know, and people don't understand that. It is only at the end, it is only one that can stand. You see what I'm saying? That ones that never leaves. Now, what I mean by stay is solely stay. If they're one with their soul, then they will physically stay. But if they're not one with their soul, then their soul will just stay with you. And hence some of y'all would hear them, smell them, feel them, as if they never left. But you gotta let the connection take its toll because the you're already one in the 5D. You see what I'm saying? So if you learn to love the 5D more, it will manifest faster because what loving the 5D is loving yourself. You see what I'm saying? Is loving you. Okay, this person is the opposite of you. You see what I'm saying? They are the the other half of you. So um y'all have work to do, which means, waking up to do. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta let it take its toll, okay? Let it take its journey to oneness. All right. Now you as a physical being will manifest down into the flesh sooner than your other partner. Maybe they had got a taste of the awakening and then got scared and fell back into fear. But that has nothing to do with you. It's not the fact that they don't want you. It's the fact that they're not ready. Okay. They're just not ready. Um, it's no different from, people not being ready to get married or not being ready to want to settle down. They're just not ready. You see what I'm saying? So it's not your fault that this person is not ready. Just look at it as if it's a cake being baked and it's not ready. They're not ready. It takes a process of heat. That temperature is going up, and the higher the temperature goes up, okay, well, the lower they fall, the higher the temperature go up. They're not going to want to get burned for too long. So you don't want to overcook it and you don't want to undercook it. You want it just right. You see what I'm saying? So like they said, you got to cherish these moments of separation because separation is not what you think it is. It's on a 3D aspect, it's your bodies are not together, okay? But on a 5D aspect, it's you guys are together. You see what I'm saying? But you just have not manifested yet. It didn't happen yet because you guys are not ready. Trust me, you're both not ready. In order for both of y'all, it's either one has gotten there, got afraid, ran back. The other one got there, got afraid, ran back into the matrix, ran back to the illusion of, this is too much work because you don't want to be patient. Like it's like when you get to the finish line, you've won, and instead of you sitting there saying, I won, now you're ready to just go out there and fall back into the game and play the game. And now you're all, I'm competing with the karmic. I'm worried about the karmic. Now you're in a lower level of yourself when you could have just stayed where you were at when you figured out who you was. Okay. When they figured out, because they had they had the greater, they had the awakening and all that stuff. They had the taste of the awakening and all that stuff, but they just could not handle the pressure. Okay. They could not handle the fact, because if they are overly lustful, okay, they desire sex a lot, or they desire attention. A lot of them are narcissists. Be honest with you, keeping it real. Because a lot of us have narcissistic traits, and some of us are narcissists in these relationships. Um, so they're 3D based. Okay, got to snap out of it. It's a 5D connection. If you do not know this by now, it's either you haven't learned it or you know it. There is no in between. Okay, you have to make a choice whether you're in to win or you don't want. And just because you don't want it, don't mean that it's not going to come. Because when you decide to move forward with your life, and you finally got the healing that you need, and you no longer desire, okay, being with this person, you have finally healed. They will say, okay, now you're ready. Now you're ready. When you're no longer desiring your partner, the union, the connection, and all that, and now you just focus on you, and you just focus on making you happy on not physical levels, but more of a divine level, where you're like heaven on earth. And I'm going and seeing things because I want to. When it's about you, your being and loving life, is when you finally heal. Okay. And it will bring in your union faster, because you're no longer delaying your connection. You're no longer not listening to your intuition. You're actually staying with your intuition told you, and moving when your intuition tells you, and stopping when you know what I'm saying. So it's like you're listening now. See, masculines mostly, the physical masculines are the most runners. Okay, because they cannot think with the top head. They think with the lower. Some are douchebags, where they just love sex and love attention. Um, so it's harder for those type of people to and females do it too. Feminines in their masculine state, they do that shit too. Okay? Feminine energy is love, empathy, and care. And if your partner lacks these things, that just means that they have not tapped into their feminine side. Okay, now if you're a female and you're into your masculine side, you would do the same thing as a physical masculine would do. Run, because you would think you're a player. You would think you know the game. You would think that you got it wrapped. You would think that you could be shared to the world, and this and that and that and that, you know? But if you're a male and you're a feminine male, okay, and you got that feminine masculine balance, you know how to sit your ass down. Same thing, vice versa, the female physical form, you will sit your ass down. There are some that's overly feminine, where they're overly emotional and they cannot handle the pressure. Now it's supposed to be balanced, whether you're in a masculine form or a feminine form. You're supposed to be balanced. Okay, your energies. That means you don't pull too much to the masculine, and you don't pull too much to your feminine, even though you're a physical feminine or physical masculine form. Okay, you have to take balance, because when your partner comes into your life, you're supposed to give and exchange energies. Like if your feminine is overly feminine, you tap into your empathic side, but you also have to have your masculine side to teach them to be a little bit stronger. Okay, be a little bit tougher. Remind them of their masculine side so that they can get balanced again. And that's how you're supposed to do it. That's love, is being able to help each other balance each other out. Okay. Now, the way that we're living today, you got overly masculine and overly feminine, and the people that are actually balanced are being the ones who are bullied for being balanced. Okay, actually being on their paths, and know their masculine and feminine sides. Okay, but those who are overly feminine would try to bully the balanced person, and those who are overly masculine will try to bully the balanced person. You see what I'm saying? So they attack what is right, because they didn't learn how to balance out their, this is like jealousy. They didn't Jealousy, envy, and hate. That is how it's created, because if somebody is overly feminine, They don't know or identify with their masculine side of their brain. Okay. And then the same thing, vice versa. They don't know how to feminine, a lot of these masculines don't know the feminine side. So they get frustrated, they get angry. So when they see you and they see that you balance out your masculine and your feminine, they get intimidated because they know that you have both sides of the coin and they only have one. They know that you have more power and they only have one side of the power. You see what I'm saying? So when that is how you know when you're able, that is how you're able to, manifest what is divine, what is given from what is given from both sides of your energy, which is masculine and feminine. See what I'm saying? A lot of masculines desire females, but the universe is always going to make the masculine run into what he needs, but it's not always what he wants. You see what I'm saying? So here comes the divine partner. Okay, um, the divine partner would be pretty much the opposite of this is where they get this whole opposite attract shit. It depends what level you're talking about, whether you're talking about physical or whether you're talking about 5D, whatever. Mostly people talk about the physical, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about energy because is as above, so shall it be below. So you gotta learn how to work the 5D. You gotta learn how to know your 5D self. You and this person is split, but you the same soul, but you split, which means, one, like if both of y'all are balanced, then you'll come together. But if somebody's too masculine and he don't want to hear shit and he don't care about your empathic side, then most likely the feminine will be overly feminine, where the masculine can't take on the challenge. Okay. Now I'm not talking to people because this could happen to people. This couldn't happen to people that's not twin flames too. So this is, you got to divide the two. Like I said, twin flame connections are 5D, but when it comes down to the 3D, a lot of manipulation can happen. People can people can pull towards the opposite of their emotions too, but that don't mean that it's an emotion. It keeps you in motion. Okay, it's not destiny. All right, but that's all based off of 3D manipulation. Okay, so know the difference between 3D manipulation and destiny. Okay, so anyway, so a lot of masculines will pull towards the opposite of themselves for help, but they're not strong enough where they get consumed into the masculine side and then they become the leader. They want to overthrow the masculine, so the masculine starts to feel intimidated, so he runs to another feminine who's more into their feminine, because what it is a mask. So people are putting on masks and it's being exposed. Like, say you got a tough ass female and she's portraying to be this, in the beginning she's portraying to be this nice ass female, sweet, innocent, godly worth. But when the masculine gets to know the female, he will start to see sides of her that he does not resonate with, which is a masculine side. He will start to identify her masculinity, not as his own though. Okay, so a lot of soulless people are looking for their twin flame. They are looking for the person who has the answers because they're looking for their mirror. You see what I'm saying? To remind them. A mirror is a mirror to remind you of who you are. But if you run into your twin, all right, and y'all are not mirroring each other correctly, even though y'all are a mirror, but you're only mirroring your toxic sides to each other, somebody has to mirror the positive side of it all. You see what I'm saying? There has to be a balance. But if you're running into each other, not physically mirroring, but intellectually mirroring and 5D mirroring, because there is a mind, body, and soul, and there is a 3, 4, and 5D, and so on. Okay, because it's infinite knowledge. They have to be able to shift with this person who is seeking a connection. Okay, not just the physical. All right. If you're a spiritual being, you know what I'm talking about. If you're an earthly 3D person and you're really trying to shift and you need the help to, you're in the right place. But I'm trying to teach you the difference between 3D and 5D. If you really want a genuine divine union, one, you gotta match the patience. because patience will stop your your physical body from jumping from fake relationship to fake relationship to fake relationship. You don't need to learn how to be out of a fake relationship. You just need to learn how to love you. At the end of every lesson is to learn how to love you enough to trust your intuition, to make sure that you don't fall for shit that nobody's pushing. You don't have to experience these relationships. That is the hard way of it all. That is the hard way. How people would say, you're going to learn the hard way since you didn't learn the easy way. You didn't learn when when your intuition first told you no, or when your intuition told you yes, but you didn't learn. So now you have to go down this journey of being off path, finding yourself again. And I bet you when at the end of the story, you would have found yourself again, and then you would have realized that all you needed to do was love yourself from beginning as the beginning, so in the end, right? So if your 5D connection as above, so below, you have to know, you have to trust, you have to have strength, and you have to have patience to know that you are really connected to this person and they will be back, because that is the design. You see what I'm saying? That's how you stop the push and pull for happening. Is one has to stop the pattern, the continuous cycle. Okay? If one is running, don't chase. Stay there, because the chaser will start to realize their worth, and then they will no longer chase you, and then they will go into themselves, and then they will tap into the 5D of their other self, which is them, and then they will love them from that aspect. And then the other being, okay, which is you in another form, in another body, would wonder, would worry, and would fear losing you. And then they will have a reality check. And when they have a reality check after you stop chasing them for a while, it's going to take a while now. Some of y'all chase for 15 years, some of y'all chase for a year, a couple months, some of y'all chase for years, for lifetimes, until you've learned how to stop chasing yourself and know that you already won. When you know, knowledge is power, okay? When you know that you're already in union, stay there, because you don't see it on the physical. You don't got to tell the world. You don't got to tell your friends. You don't got to, go on to different twin flame videos to figure this out. All you have to do is say, damn, I was shown this truth and I know. And that will make the difference between a false twin, all right, and a real twin. It's because a false twin is not going to wait around. A false twin is going to jump to the next because they don't have the patience to be in this relationship. They didn't get the answer. They don't know the answer. But a true twin flame knows. You have that knowing. That is your answer. It is a knowing, not a knowing because, oh, I knew you last week. Da, da, da. No, this is a divine knowing. They done showed you your future. They done showed you what will happen. They done showed you your connection, and they done showed you where you was going to go. All you had to do was just trust. Okay? But your partner couldn't handle it because they wasn't telling the truth. They wasn't being themselves. So here's the universe, here's God or Most High, exposing this other being for who they are, exposing them in their false relationships, exposing them in their toxic behaviors, exposing them in their bad choices. And you, the other half, is feeling that. You can feel when they're hurt, you can feel when they're loved, you can feel all of that. Okay? But it's not your job to react to what you're feeling on their side. You see what I'm saying? Because your being and this being are two separate beings, but one soul. So you always remember the oneness of it, not the dividedness of it, because people are living on a 3D and you're disconnecting yourselves because you believe that, this person don't want you, this is that and the third. No, they're just living a lie, and the universe has to do everything that they got to do to break them from their false illusion. It's almost you on a 5D helping them, guiding them to break their false illusion, which is themselves. Break their false illusion. The person who you lusted over was not your twin, they were false. The person who you had children with was not the one. You made a wrong decision. They don't like being told that they made the wrong decision. But this is what will bring you into union, is allowing your masculine and your feminine runner to go on their rude awakening. That is not your job to fall with them. Because if you go with them, then their soul has to come back, then which is the soul, your soul, one soul has to come back and work with you. You see what I'm saying? So the less work you have to do, okay? The less emotions that you roll with, the less toxic movement you make, the bad judgments that you won't make bad judgments. You see what I'm saying? You stay still, okay? Not saying don't move at all, but you'll move only based off intuition. It's like chess, okay? And y'all are each other's teammate, and y'all are playing not each other, but y'all are playing against the false twins, okay? And y'all have to work together in order to beat the game, which is becoming whole, becoming one, and winning, okay? Um, you have to work together. It's you and the masculine, it's you, feminine and masculine, against the world, okay? But because y'all don't know this and y'all don't see it like that, y'all are going against each other. You see what I'm saying? That's how the game was rigged. The game was rigged for y'all to go against each other instead of going against the grain, okay? So y'all fight and y'all argue and y'all separate 3D because y'all believe so. But instead of y'all meditating, acting and healing and realizing this is all a lie, y'all stick in that illusion and the matrix get the best of you. All right? So union will come in when you both realize that you're being played. Right? One realized they're being played, now you have to stay there. It took you through a process, right? What did you have to go through to realize your awakening? You went through pain. You went through suffering. You went through denial. Okay? But once you decided that you no longer wanted to feel that, live that, act that way, you changed. So you have to, and this person wasn't around to do it physically. They were only around to do it consciously. So the same thing that woke you up is the same thing that's going to wake them up. Do you understand? So if they abandon you, or you have to do the same to wake them up, okay? You have to step away from them. I'm not telling you to cheat on them. Don't play that earthly game. Just all you have to do is work on you. When they see that you are loving you, building you, working on you, focused on you, and that you're not giving power to another being, okay? You're giving power to the Most High, they will start to reflect that. You see what I'm saying? If you're giving your power to a karmic, they're going to give their power to a karmic. You see what I'm saying? It's a mirror reflection. You see what I'm saying? So what you have to do is focus on soul, spirit, God, whatever it is. Listen to your intuition, okay? And they will start to mirror that, whether they know it or not. They will start to mirror it. So the more you work on you, because the higher side always win. The better side always win. Okay? The good outweighs the bad at all times. You see what I'm saying? So what you have to do is stay in a positive vibration. Do not mirror their pain. Do not mirror their desires. Do not mirror their illusion. If you do, tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat, then you will lose the game. You will lose yourself. You see what I'm saying? As you would, hence awakening. Okay? So union will come when you guys stop doing that. Or at least one. Because one is the power within one. Because what's going to happen is you'll end up balancing your masculine and your feminine within one body, and then this person will be like, damn, I feel empty. And the first thing will come to you, or this person would be you. You see what I'm saying? They could fuck a million different females or dudes. They could be money hungry. They could be whatever they want to be in this world. But there is nothing greater than the connection that is infinite. Because that shit that they're falling for is an illusion and they know it. It's just an image and they know it. Um, you got to get your power back. You see what I'm saying? Don't give your power to nobody. Because the more you give yourself away to your family and your friends and shit like that who don't appreciate you, you lose power. Okay? You lose power. So it fucks with your magnetic pull. You see what I'm saying? It's like a magnetic interruption. You see what I'm saying? You don't want toxic people around you because you won't be able to manifest your union. You see what I'm saying? Your soul will tell you, you got to get away from these people. You got to get away because whatever you're trying to manifest will not come to you until they are gone. You see what I'm saying? And that will bring you into union, whether you're a twin flame and you know it or not. That will bring you and this person together more and more and more because the universe will always guide you. I remember a couple times I ran into my masculine randomly and I'm like, you again? You know what I'm saying? I was like, and this is and I speak of this because it's a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in physical union because like I said, I still gotta work on me. I actually enjoy being single. I actually enjoy being single. So yes, my partner, would pretty much enjoy being single. But I like being single, not just to jump around for different connections. It's more to work on me. You see what I'm saying? It's more to figure out life, why I exist, stuff like that. So I'm more focused on that. Um, Masculine shifting on his own time. It's taking him a little bit because, when you're a 3D person, you live by 3D, you know, whatever. When you live by 3D, you live by 3D. But you got to be genuine. It's got to be genuine in order for union to happen. It can't be, oh, I got it now, come together. No. It's got to connect from divine all the way down to the body. The universe, the spirit knows, divine knows when you're telling the truth and when you're not. Because the one thing divine will do is always expose the truth for what it is. If you're in a fake ass relationship, you gonna find out. If you made a bad decision, you gonna find out because it is not in their nature. The universe was not created to lie. The universe was created to be of its truth. You see what I'm saying? So if you want union to come to you faster, you got to be completely genuine to the truth. If you are a real twin flame, you sit your ass there and you be patient for union. If you a fake ass twin flame and you out here just stealing information and because you think you gonna be the devil out here and you gonna make love come to you and you gonna make shit happen and you gonna make it because you a succubus or incubus, then you gonna have your day. You gonna have your day. Let me tell you something. Thing about a devil, they all come in sweet as a button, nice, everything you want and desire. And the moment you let your guard down is when they attack you and then they grab your power and then they take it. And then here you are chasing. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all masculines did this to you. But that's that incubus and succubus spirit taking over their bodies. If they're not conscious of what they're doing, something else is going to control them to do that. You see what I'm saying? The body is just a vessel. You are spirit controlling a body. If you are not in your body, something else will control you. You see what I'm saying? But that's what you're designed to do is be controlled by uh something. Okay. Um, if the masculine is completely like smothered with spirits and all kinds of shit in them, most likely they will just go to their other half and survive that way. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I feel. I feel that about me right now. This is why I'm just self-loving myself because I have my masculine and my feminine balance in me. I just feel whole. You see what I'm saying? I feel whole. I don't feel as if I need someone. I feel like I'm good. No disrespect, but I'm good. So it is what it is. Like that's oneness sometimes. That's just what it is. Like oneness is oneness. Okay? Oneness is not two bodies coming together and laying in the bed together and fucking and all that shit. It's not that. That's an illusion. That's the 3D illusion of pleasure, desire. Oneness is actually allowing your masculine inside you on a conscious level, and y'all live happily ever after in the vessel. Whichever vessel pertains the more healthiest and the more positive and the more close to its goal is where the soul gonna go. Straight like that. And that's the raw truth about this twin flame shit. That's the real twin flame connection right there. You know, that's the real shit. It's a 5D connection. It's you and your partner sharing one body as one, rocking out together. People fuck because they want to feel the pleasure and they love the energy exchange. When the fucking is done, it's more about them taking power. One out of the other feels dominant. You know what I'm saying? It's all power. But if you overstand that you are the power and you don't have to do that, you'll be fine. You see what I'm saying? Oneness, all right? And sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, but it is what it is. Sometimes a twin flame will pass away and you're still, at the end of the day, one. You see what I'm saying? Because when one loses its vessel sooner than the other, they share each other's vessel. They share the same mindset. So y'all gotta learn how to love unconditionally. That's unconditional love, is knowing that their body, if they're not listening to their divine and they're not following suit and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, most likely you will not come into union with them. You see what I'm saying? Because they're too trapped and they're too possessed. Like I said, they have to be able to set themselves free. You can't do that. You can't go over there and be like, you got a demon in you, get it out. No, they have to figure it out. The body has to figure it out. The soul is gonna always try to tell them, hey, look, same thing with your intuition. Hey, look, get it together, you fucking up, da da da. Same shit. Unconditional love is loving them in the form that they are, their original form, which is a light being. Okay, their light being control from here to the next life and so on. That's unconditional love. You got to have that self love to the point you don't even care about the 3D. You just prefer, like, you have the knowledge. Like, you won't be out here seeking. That's what this power is for. And I'm gonna give my disclaimer. I don't want you to do anything stupid to yourself. Use your discernment and be smart and be strong. But you know, the system teaches you to seek outside validation. As far as procreation, spirit will do what it got to do to procreate. Not I don't mean AI procreation. I'm talking about natural procreation. Let spirit do what they got to do. They know what they got to do. But it's just so much going on. It's just too much going on, and at this time where we have to shift to the 5D. Okay, we have to shift to unconditional love, because a lot of our soul family and a lot of us have been poisoned and fed a lot of false shit, where their souls are infinite and they want y'all to know that. They want you to know you are infinite soul, you know, and that they all live through you. You see what I'm saying? So if they can't live through you, they're gonna have to move on. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have two bodies instead of one here. Okay? Because if one vessel is consumed by the system, they're gonna use the other vessel to fulfill their destiny. You see what I'm saying? So y'all gotta be strong. You really want union, you gotta go within. If it's meant to be, it will be. If it's not, because a lot of narcissists will come back to you and you will think it's meant to be because they came back. No, just let it be. Let it fly. See what I'm saying? Stop desiring physical connection all the time. The moment you let go of physical desire, you'll be fine. You'll be able to master your own orgasms on your own. You'll be able to have mental orgasms, and you will realize that is the greatest power of it. Because fucking somebody only lasts about a few minutes. Only lasts about a few minutes. Let's keep it real. But your imagination lasts longer. So learn how to fall in love. And some people call it a fantasy, which is true. Some people can't break out of that fantasy. But let's keep it real. It's safer that way. You don't want to be out here fucking and getting STDs and, end up at the clinic 50 times, within 1 year type shit. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. You got to love you. because people, you got more manipulators today than people who are actually conscious that they are manipulators. Okay. Um. So anyway, like I said, union will come when you realize that you are a 5D spiritual being, oneness and wholeness of your masculine and feminine side. Everything else, let it fly. Okay. Union can happen right now. You can catch that awakening right this second, because you will say, you know what, all my life, it's true. All people wanted to do was fuck me. I'm tired of that. All people wanted me for my money. I'm tired of that. People wanted me for my cars or my body. I'm tired of that. You get tired of people desiring you for their own gain. You see what I'm saying? You'll get tired of that. And when you get tired is when you graduate. That's how you mentally graduate. When you get tired. You get tired of people using you, get tired of people playing with your heart, playing with your mind, playing with your body, even playing with your soul. Because there are AI that plays with your soul. See what I'm saying? Which is Facebook, Instagram, all that silly shit, even YouTube. You see what I'm saying? Depending on what you're watching. If you ain't watching stuff to self help yourself, and you're only watching shit to keep you with the program, keep you hip to the program, you know what I'm saying? Then enjoy your 3D. But there's a world out here within a world, and it's way beautiful. It's way more better. You ain't got to worry about money. You ain't got to worry about desires. You ain't got to worry about haters, and you ain't got to worry about all the rest of that shit. It's a bunch of people like that in this realm, okay, in this world within a world, and they're not as miserable as these 3D. You come across a 3D person, you tell them to ascend, come over to the new world. They don't want to do that. They like what they see here, so you leave them. You leave them in the old world. You leave them and keep moving forward until you meet your soul family. But remember, people come to you with the perception of a nice person. All right? So sweet. You wait it out. You wait it out. Friendships, all that. Friendship, family, whatever. Wait it out. Give it about 2, 3 months. Give it about 90 days. Okay? Before you really get too tied to anybody. Because 90 days, let me tell you, a fucking narcissist or a devil frequency or a liar, whatever you want to call it, it has many names. It's all the devil. When the devil can't wait long. They can't wait long. The devil wants instant, instant, instant. Okay? Um, so be patient. Patient. Let me tell you, patience is a virtue, man. Like it'll save you from a lot of shit. Make your friends, but don't give up the sex. Don't give up sex. If you're a person who wants somebody to get to know you for you, give them time. Wait it out. Because if somebody really wants to get to know you for you, you don't give it up easy. See what I'm saying? Wait out. All these internet dating sites, leave that shit for the birds. Leave that shit for them. Let them destroy themselves. Okay? They're gonna date each other. They're gonna fuck each other's lives up. That's all that's gonna happen when two devils come together. Okay? So you stand clear, let them destroy, because that's all. Listen, this is why their world is coming to an end, because it's too many of them. They done created so many. It's a misery loves company. They done recruited so many people using all this shit to manipulate people that they are killing themselves. They are they are literally killing themselves because it's not too much light around. Like it's like a binge. The moment they see a light beam, the moment they see you, a good person, oh, they coming. They're gonna keep coming. But you have to have enough strength to wait it out, give them a chance, as far as to show you who they really are. Make them wait. Pay attention to those red flags. Go check out my red flag video. Pay attention to those red flags. Don't ignore them. I give them 3 strikes as far as like not when it comes to my body, but behavior wise. Like their masks are slipping. Like if you tell them, okay, don't come into my house with your shoes on, right? You tell them 2 times, right? After the second time, they should know better by now. But the third time, they gonna walk into your house the third time. That means they was not paying you no mind. They do not care about your boundaries. They don't care. If people are willing to break your boundaries down, you get away from them. See what I'm saying? Because all they're going to do is break your wall down, infiltrate your mind, and bring you down with them. Okay? So, all right. I know that's deep, but that was a challenge for somebody who needed to hear it as well. But if you really want union to come, union is not the way y'all think it is. That is a 3D program coming together physically. Da, 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 da. That's the painted picture of the 3D. But union, real twin flame union, real divine, real godly, real universal love is already there. You just have to wake up and realize that it's already there. To manifest is to manifest something that is given to you on a 5D level. Then it'll manifest here on the 3D. If you know it,